It's really not too bad, but... Hey, Jim. Well, our first day. And I would love to tell you that it was uneventful. The bus ran great. But, we made it about 300 miles. We're staying at a decent little park here right by the Colorado River. We're in Blythe, California. And about 125 miles outside of LA, I got clipped by a semi. Let me show you what fun that was. Big old livestock trailer comes along and clips my mirror. And you can see it's caused a dent here. Makes the whole thing wiggle. The screws ripped out right here. And I can't hold my hand still. There we go, sorry. The screws ripped out right here. There used to be a snap right here for my window cover. That's gone. And the worst part about it is it broke my mirror and it took the convex mirror completely off. So I'm going to have to try and figure out some way to make a repair here, because can't really drive the enormous bus without a rearview mirror. Meanwhile, I kind of found out what some of my steering issues were. And it was power steering had all puked out, so that was part of what was leaking under the front before. As soon as I refilled it, the steering got much, much better. Still gets blown around a little bit, still wanders. And I also think part of my weird feeling driving this is because I'm sitting so far in front of the steering wheels that it just makes the geometry of turning feel weird. And our refrigerator does not seem to work on gas. I never did get it to work on gas. It looked like it would, but the light would light up, but it wouldn't stay cold. So we've come up with another idea, and that is freezing 2 1-gallon bottles of water. And while we're plugged in like we are here, the freezer runs all night, everything's good, freezes those bottles up. That means our freezer compartment is full of 2 big, enormous blocks of ice. And that way, when we're on the road for 6 or 8 hours, everything in the fridge stays nice and cold. It worked really good yesterday's run. Today, we're going to try to make it from Blythe to Willcox, Arizona is what I'm aiming for, which is I think it's about 330 miles or something like that. So, off we go. Well, beginning of day 2. And we're still stuck here in Blythe. We wanted to leave probably about 45 minutes ago. And when I went to start the bus, nothing. It just went clunk. Didn't turn over the engine at all. So what I had to do here, luckily I brought a large battery charger. So I had to dig that out of one of the jockey boxes. And it is now on my 2 deep cycle 12-volt batteries, charging them. And it seemed like they were okay. I pushed a little button on my control panel, and it says battery condition, and it said good. And my voltage gauge on the dash said that we were in the green. We were just a little bit over 12 volts. And it's not enough to turn the engine over. So I checked the oil again today and didn't seem to burn any oil at all, which is odd. It seemed like it was burning some last time when we went to Tucson and back, but yesterday, it didn't seem to use any oil. So anyway, that's what's happening. Sitting here on a battery charger, hoping that we can bring the batteries up enough to turn the engine over and start it. If not, I guess the next call will be to Good Sam. Let's hope we don't have to do that. Or maybe we'll just live here. California won't let us go. Okay, here we are, middle of day 2. Finally did get the bus started up again. It turns out my batteries just don't seem to have enough oomph, because I brought along my Garrett's Garage It's a real serious battery charger, and it's got like a 225 amp booster. And when I got that hooked up, oh, and I also got rid of, there were some really funny old-fashioned shutoffs, like blade disconnects on the positive side of both my batteries. And I got rid of those. They just looked old and corroded and suspicious, so I took those out. I cleaned the posts real good, cleaned the clamps real good, and clamped everything back on, put my boost on it, and she started right up. But now something just made a noise in the front end. I think we're in Tonopah, Arizona, and we still haven't been able to find a mirror for the right side. Been looking. Shannon's in this Pilot right now, Pilot truck stop, to see if they have any mirrors and of any kind, and get us a Subway sandwich. But the bus is running good, although it just made some strange noise, and it had been tracking fairly good and then all of a sudden it started wagging its tail a bit. So I just went out and inspected all the tires and everything, and it all looks good. So we'll see when we get back on the road. Take a bus across the country! Yay! How bad could it be? We're gonna find out. Well, here we are at the beginning of day 3. Let's see. Day 1, we made it, realistically, I think I said 300 miles earlier. We really made it about 285 miles. Which is close enough to our target. We're hoping to do around 350 maybe each day. But 285, that's all right. And then we had all our little issues getting started. And so day 2, we had lots of stops. I mean, we tried to find those mirrors, and we just couldn't find them. No place had them until we finally got closer to Phoenix, and then we found an actual big auto parts store. And let me show you how I fixed the rearview mirror. It's a thing of beauty, but it works. So it's all just kind of, I had to take a hammer and pound down this trim piece here, and then I just basically taped it all up, but it's holding pretty good. It doesn't bounce around and jiggle, so it's, it works. The only problem still is this is just like some Toyota Camry piece that I taped in, and this is an oversized convex, but I still can't see this one because almost the whole time there's a cat sleeping right there on the dashboard, so I can't see the mirror. And also, because of the problem with our batteries, we stopped, and the same place that I got the rear view mirror parts, I also bought 2 of their biggest, largest cranking amp batteries, and I've had them in here overnight on a trickle charger, and I put a larger trickle charger on the existing batteries that are in there. But if it doesn't start again this morning, I'm going to swap out the batteries for the 2 new ones that I bought. But anyway, we're in Pikachu, Arizona. We didn't even make it to Tucson yet. We only did 225 miles yesterday. So, but we're at a KOA campsite it's pretty nice. Nice view, and of course it's really noisy because it's right off the highway. But here we are, day 3. We're going to try to get 350 miles under our belt again today. I had to add automatic transmission fluid, and today when I checked the oil just a moment ago, it was down about half a quart, so I topped it off, checked the radiator, fine, didn't drop at all, so that's good news. Here we go. All right, started right up, so my little 6 amp charger seemed to do the trick, so everything else checked out pretty good. I added a little bit more ATF, but we're good to go. So let's see if we can actually get our first 300-mile day under our belt. Well, we made it about 40 miles so far, and it's going good. The weather's nice. The bus is driving real nice today, and we decided to stop and get some groceries because Shannon's in there right now. Fry's grocery store. So Shannon's in there picking up a few little things, supplies we needed, and then we'll be rolling on down the road with our 2 dogs and 5 cats. And what's interesting is you never would know that we had 5 cats on board. You would only think that we have one, because we have this girl right here that loves to ride on the dashboard. The second the bus starts, she hops up on that dashboard, curls up, watches the world go by. All four of the other ones, they just seem to melt. You can't see them in here anywhere. They're just gone. They burrow underneath the blankets on the bed. There's a couple of dog beds. They get underneath those. They're just gone. It's kind of probably funny for me, but not for them. All right, end of day 3. We have made it 275 miles today, and we are now in Deming, New Mexico. And everything went pretty good today. We didn't get run off the road. No semis clipped us and broke any more of our mirrors off. So we're going to try to get a little bit earlier start tomorrow. But I'm going to also try to post what I got here so far in a few minutes. And I'm going to show you kind of a plot line of what we've actually done so far on the map. So here is my 2022 Rand McNally Road Atlas that my beautiful wife Shannon got me for Christmas. Here we are, and here's where we started. You can see we made it to right there on day 1. We made it to right there on day 2. Nice fingernails. Made it to right here today, and we're gonna end up going all the way over to here. So the 40 is pretty close to right where we're going to want to end up. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 10 until we get to the 20. And then I'm going to take the 20 all the way up until I catch the 30. And then I'm going to take the 30 all the way up until I catch the 40. And then the 40 straight on in. At least that's my plan. We'll have to see. But I think that might work. It might work. Anyway, I'm going to see about posting this in. Thanks for watching.
Not on the rug, man.
See?